Hello, everyone. Hello, Singapore. Good afternoon. It is my honor and privilege to speak before you this afternoon. It is my very first Vision global Zoom meeting outside the Philippines. So my heart is beating very loud today. Okay, so it would have been nice though if I was flown there in your country to see you all in person. But hopefully after this pandemic, that I'll get the chance again to see you guys up close and personal. Before anything else, let me introduce myself. I am Lorraine Beyer. I am 40 years old. I'll be 41 next week. So yes, and then I am an accountant by profession. I am a mother of two beautiful teenage girls. They are 16 and 13 years old. And I'm a wife, the only wife, I suppose, of my one and only husband. So let me tell you about my life before I met Atomy. Okay, so there. I tried employment and I worked for three different companies. So I worked for a government institution, I worked for a membership hotel, and then I also worked with a direct selling company. Uh, it's a subsidiary of a well known clothing brand here in the Philippines. I also tried my luck in putting up a small business. So my first traditional business was a school canteen, and then I partnered with my brother in putting up a restaurant, a coffee shop. And then after that, it didn't work. So I partnered also with the cousins of my husband in putting up a salon and spa. And then I tried also the business of distribution. So I distributed Jello snacks in different schools here in my city, Baguio City. So I had been really a workaholic person. And then in between those, I tried network marketing. Yes, I have joined a few network marketing companies. I was recruited by my mother. She's always my recruiter. So now, how did I meet Atomy? So it was in January of 2017. That was 3 years ago when my mother was recruiting me to Agony. But back then, I was already running our salon and spa with the cousins. And then I said, Mom, please stop. She said, no, no, it's free membership. We'll not pay anything. But I said, stop it. Stop joining these network marketing companies. We were never successful in any of those, I said. And then, okay, she just stopped. But, my mother, she was 73 years old then. She's very smart. When she learned that in Atomy, one account is for husband and wife. So, you know what she did? She went and recruited my husband. Of course, my husband could not say no to his mother-in-law, right? So he signed up my husband, and technically I was already like a member because it's an account of a couple. So why is my mother joining these companies? Because she's a believer of health supplements. So she's 76 years old now, but she's very, very strong. She has no maintenance medicines. She's just taking supplements. And that's why she keeps on joining because of the um, membership price. She wanted discount, that's why. And then I'm always her first recruit in all those companies. So that's my story. But come April of 2017, my partners and I had to decide to pass on the management of our salon and spa to another team who's more capable in running that business. So back then I was like at home and doing nothing, and I said, what should I do? Should I go back to employment, or should I risk again the little savings that's left in my bank account and put up again another small business? Or should I join network marketing? But network marketing was not really a choice for me. But then one day I went to my mom's house, and then I saw her. She's all dressed up. Where are you going, mom? And then she said, I'm going to Atomy. I said, networking. But I said, okay, I'll come with you. And then I saw her smiling really very from ear to ear. Finally, her prayers were heard. So I went with her to Baguio Cap Center. And then once I set foot, it was a very big center. I said, this is different. Then I tried looking for the products. I only saw a wall with a few products. And I said, this is different, because the other network marketing companies that I joined, they have small centers, but they're filled with products. Like there are Like there's a shelf filled with coffee, then there's a shelf filled with juices. But this one, I only once see one coffee and then one that orange box, him. So I said, this is different, but my heart was beating differently then. So I have this different feeling. So when we went home that afternoon, I went straight to my medicine cabinet where there's an Atomy toothpaste displayed there since January. My mom gave me a toothpaste for me to try, but since I know it's organic and then I have a bad bias on organic products, I said, I tried a toothpaste before that's organic and the taste is not good. It's terrible. So this must be the same. But after when I set foot from the center, when I came from the center with Mama, when I got home, I grabbed that toothpaste. It's not time to brush. I opened it. I brushed my teeth with it. And then I said, this is different. The toothpaste is very good. So it got me to thinking. After a few days, I went with her again. Then I got myself a foam cleanser. And then I tried the foam cleanser. The experience of washing your face is really different. I said that I tried only 2 products and they just are amazing. And that experience from washing your face, I never got that experience from my brand. I only have one brand since college. So I was 37 already when I tried that foam cleanser. So I said, for 17 years, I've been using one brand, but it never gave me this experience. Now that was a turning point. That's when I was wishing, I hope that the marketing plan of this company is truly good and doable. Then maybe I can give a network marketing a chance. So that's when I decided to attend my first ever seminar. It was a center seminar. It was May 6th of 2017. So do you guys remember when you first attended your seminar? Me, I remember it was May 6th. And then I went there and I said, the speakers are not as good as the other speakers in other network marketing companies. They were just laid back. They're like ordinary people just speaking about their experiences. And I said, how can I invite? Then later on, that's when I realized that it's the products that speak for themselves. It's the products, the experience from the products are the ones that advertise themselves. So you don't need really a good speaker on stage to advertise our products. So that's when I got into thinking this is truly different. So, okay, so with that, I had met the crossroads of my life once again. I got confused. I said, should I go back to employment or should I again put up a business or maybe try network marketing, particularly Atomy? So now I had this, I made a table, a comparison, just so why I came up with my decision. I'm sure you all know, it's obvious. Where am I now, right? What I chose. Okay, so when choosing, if we have partners here who are still contemplating whether to continue with Atomy or not, or we have new members here, right? Whether to push to, whether they're thinking if they're just going to remain as consumers or you want to become a business partners, you want to cross that fence, right? So here are, when I compared employment versus Atomy, I said, if I go back to employment, I'd have a boss again, right? In Atomy, no, you'll have no boss. Then I'll have the time in, time out again. And in Atomy, no, you don't need. You can work from home. Now, during this pandemic, we all work from home. Employment, you travel again to and from work. Now, it's very dangerous to travel, right? Especially here in the Philippines. We travel, if you don't have a private car, your own car, you go to the public transportation. And ours is we have jeepneys and they're just really small. So it's quite dangerous also. You may catch the COVID there also if you're not really that careful, right? No. When you're an employee, you miss family events. When I was an employee, I missed a lot of events. I was not able to go to all the parent-teacher meetings. I missed even one recognition of my daughter. And it's really hard. But here in Atomy, you can just attend them all freely. No boss to say, hey, you stay at work, you can't go. So if you're employed, promotion is very difficult. Even if you're very smart, you're very diligent at work, but somebody's also smarter than you, somebody is always more diligent than you, then your chances of promotion is really very slim. But in Atomy, all of us here now in the Zoom meeting, we can all be promoted all at once at the same time. So that's very good, right? The opportunity of getting promoted is there. So if you're an employee, again, there's no, when you do not work, you do not get paid. But in Atomy, even if you don't work, but let me clarify this, of course, as long as you have consumers under you, right, who are purchasing regularly, then even if you don't work, then you still have commission. In employment, when you retire or when you resign, your income stops. So I worked with three big companies. When I resigned from all those, none of those companies would give me monthly salaries, right? They all stopped when I stopped working with them. But with Atomy, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when we choose to stop, as long as we have built our consumers, we still have income. Now that is the passive income. So are you guys still with me? You're not falling asleep yet? Okay, we have more tables to come. Okay, so the next one is, let us compare traditional business versus Atomy. So had I chosen traditional business, this is what I would face, right? Of course, in a business, there's always capital. You always have to have capital. And then in Atomy, of course, we know that zero capital. You can be a member and enjoy all the products at discounted price, at member's price, without having to shell out anything. You just buy what you need, like a regular grocery store. If you have your own business, like when I had a restaurant, I have to hire a staff, a wait staff. Who pays the wait staff? Me as the owner. Who pays the benefits? Me as the owner. But in Atomy, you recruit everyone you know. All your batchmates, your friends, your relatives, your neighbors, you recruit them. Who pays them? Atomy pays them. Not you. It's Atomy who pays them. You rent a place when you own a business. In Atomy, you don't need to do that unless, of course, you are putting up your own center, right? You have to pay, process your business permits when you have a traditional business. In Atomy, you don't need to do that unless, again, you have your own center. If you have your own business, you shoulder the losses. Like, for example, if you have a restaurant and you offer buffet, right? And then you have cooked all those meals, several choices, and then all of a sudden there's a big typhoon coming, and then no customers. Who shoulders the losses? It's you as the owner. In Atomy, even if there are products in their inventory, maybe we cannot avoid that are about to expire. Who shoulders the losses? It's the Atomy company. They don't. Our CEO would not come knocking at your door. Hey, Sharon-Rose, master, you come and contribute to our losses, right? No, Agony does not do that. So if you own your business, you spend for your own advertisement, you spend for your own marketing tools. But in Atomy, no. All you have to do now, we can use our social media, right? They're free as long as you have Wi-Fi. Just keep on advertising. You're at home wearing your pajamas. Just keep on posting, and then that's advertising already, no cost at all. So in traditional business, you are limited within your vicinity. So here in the Philippines, we have such a thing as sari-sari store. If you're familiar with that, these are small grocery stores within barangays in residential areas. So if you have a sari-sari store, okay, and then you're only limited to the customers within your area, right? But in Atomy, we are a global business. You can have a customer in the US, you can have a customer in Canada, and later on in China, India, and in Europe. All over the world, you have customers. Now, in your traditional business, should you want to go global also, then your expenses will go higher as well, right? So who shoulders the expenses? Who brings up more capital? Who hires more employees? It's you again. So the headache is all yours when you own that business. In Atomy, we're a global business whose headache now is the opening of our new countries, of our new branches. It's not us, it's Atomy. They have a team who takes care of that, okay? So in traditional business as well, if someone copies your business, then that is competition already. So for example, you have a restaurant, right? And then your neighbor copies, like 3 blocks away, somebody puts up the same restaurant, and then another puts up the same restaurant. The customers that you used to have may transfer to the other restaurant, right? So your sales diminish. You have lesser sales, lesser income. But in Atomy, if the more people copy you, the better. Why? Especially if they are under your network. If they are your members and they copy you, they recruit like you, they buy products like you, then it is better when you are copied in Atomy. Okay, so are you still with me? All right, so moving forward, now how about other network marketing companies compared to Atomy? So other network marketing companies, we all know that they have entry fees and packages, and they are expensive entry fees and packages, and you cannot even choose the products that go along with that package. You really have to, you're forced to buy that package just to become a member and just to enjoy their members prices. But with Atomy, it's free membership. Okay, in other network marketing companies, you have to have multiple accounts, several accounts. They offer you 3 headers, 7 headers, 21 headers. Why? Because in their companies, one account can only earn so much, just a little. As compared to Atomy, we only have one account, but that one account can earn us so much. And it will be passed on up to the 3rd generation. In other companies, they have auto ships, monthly auto ships. I joined a company where they sell juice. It's a herbal juice, and it's really good also for the body. That's why we joined that company. But when I joined that company, I was employed. I was just after the benefit of having to buy that product at member's price. But even if I was not a business partner, I was required to buy monthly like bottles of that product. So until such time when I was not able to sustain it anymore because it's too expensive, and I was not able to sell to my office mates because they find it expensive, and I'm not really selling before, I just want to use the product. So my membership there in that company was terminated. So that's what happens in other companies. In Agony, you only buy what you need. We are not forced to buy what we do not need. In other companies, they have monthly quotas, especially leaders there. Like us here in Atomy, we have masterships. In other companies, they too have those levels, right? The higher you go, the bigger your quota is. Now, if the bigger your quota is, there would come a time that happened to me in a direct sales company when there came a time that I was really high, I achieved high level, but it was difficult to maintain monthly until such time that my members as well were having difficulty maintaining. And then so we get demoted. So there's demotion in other companies. And then we go up again, then we get demoted again. And it's really, really tiring. But in Atomy, we don't have any demotion. Why? Because we don't have to maintain a certain amount of purchases or sales every month. So you see how good our company is. In other companies, they are offline. Here in the Philippines, network marketing companies here are mostly still, up until now, offline. There are those that are trying to go online, but there are just a few of them, and their online malls are not as good as what we have in Atomy. In Atomy, we're so in these days because online shopping is really the thing during these times. So in other companies, they have limited product choices. Like I said earlier, one juice for one company, just one product. So there are companies that they have 5 products, there are 20 products, but in Atomy, we have hundreds of products, and there's more to come. If we go check in the Korean website, right, there's 400 plus products, and we would be expecting those in our countries. We would expect those in your country, in my country. So really, it's really exciting to be in Atomy. Chairman Park Han-gil, in one of his lectures, said, one time he said, we will sell everything. So yes, we will sell everything. And that's why I'm so excited to be an Atomian. In other companies, they'd say, you earn residual income when you are in network marketing. But really, if you take a closer look, because of their maintenance, it's not residual income. It's not passive income, because they could not stop. They could not stop working. Once they stop, they could not maintain, then their accounts get demoted, their accounts get terminated eventually. But in Atomy, it's truly passive income, what we are going to earn here. In other companies, most of their accounts could not be passed on. So if their children would want to join later on, they have to sign up and start all over again. But with Atomy, all of you know here, right, that our accounts would be passed on up to our grandchildren. So what I'm working on now, my children are still 13 and 16 years old, right? So they're far from getting married. So they shouldn't get married early. But I'm already working on the future of their children, of my future grandchildren. So that's the beauty of being in Atomy. So now, during this pandemic, I was praying a lot, and then doing a little realizations and reflections. And I said, what if I chose to become an employee? What if um, once after I set foot in Atomy that I was not enlightened, I did not see the beauty of Atomy, that I chose to go back to being an accountant. So as of now, we have 1.6 billion because of the pandemic. People who are in danger of losing their livelihoods. So 1.6 billion is half of the world's workforce. Imagine that. They would be losing their way to earn, their means to earn. And if I was an accountant, still an accountant in that government institution, well, they're lucky in the government institution here, right? But you never know. There's still danger of them losing their jobs later on. And if I was still an assistant department manager at this membership hotel, hotels in our city are all closed. They are not operating. They're all zero occupancy because tourists here are not allowed to enter our city. So they have they have zero occupancy here. So I heard that they only work there two weeks a month. So really, it's very sad to hear that. Now, if I was still an operations manager in that direct sales company, they too were closed during the quarantine because they are not online. So I said, I would have been affected as well. Now, what if I was still running my own business, right? Restaurants are affected, coffee shop. I used to have a coffee shop also. And then, yeah, definitely, coffee shops here were closed during the quarantine. Even now, I think only takeout are allowed. So school canteen, when I had a school canteen, now all of the schools now are doing online. We just enrolled my children last week, and they're all online for the rest of the year, for the 2020th to 21 school year. They will be online. So all those school canteen owners have lost their income because they cannot open anymore. The salon and spa that I used to run, now there are only a few salon and spa in our city that are opening, and they're not really doing good also. So it's very difficult. Now I said, what if the network marketing companies, how are they doing as compared to us Atomy now during this pandemic? Those companies, I spoke to a leader a month ago of a network company who sells beauty products also. And they said, yes, they are online, but their consumers are used to purchasing from their centers. So they somehow got affected also because they don't know how to really do not teach their consumers to purchase online. They were purchasing only through the centers, and the centers are closed during the quarantine. Now, because of their quotas, they have difficulty now sustaining their monthly quotas during this pandemic. It is already difficult to sustain a monthly quota before the pandemic. How much more during the pandemic, right? So it was very difficult for them. They said they have leaders in their companies who are really thinking twice already of continuing with their company. Now all the more that they could not sign up recruits because there are a lot who lost jobs, and then they have no money to buy a package to sign up, so they could not sign up people. But it's different with Atomy, right? So now why Atomy? With everything that I presented, do you still have a doubt why you should really choose and stay and stick it out with Atomy? I know in Singapore, you guys know, most of you know the benefits of online shopping, right? But here in the Philippines, we really have to explain them this slide. We really have to explain it to them that, hello to our Philippine members who are tuned in now. We really have to explain the benefits of online shopping. because here in the Philippines, the Wi-Fi is not so good. So they find online shopping quite difficult to do. But of course, that changed during this pandemic. So when you shop online, right, you can shop anytime. When you're like watching at night, just relaxing, and then you realize, yeah, your shampoo and your toothpaste is almost finished, right? And then you just click, open your Atomy app, and just click, one click away. No pressure to buy. When you're out there, and then there's a sales girl just following you, Mom, what will you buy? You're just forced to buy that product, right? Somebody's just breathing down your neck. But in Atomy, no pressure to buy. You can add to cart, you remove from your cart. It doesn't matter. So no crowds, which is very important nowadays, right? We don't want crowds nowadays. Avoid traffic, yes, of course, especially here in the Philippines. There's traffic's really heavy. And then no hassle. When you do online shopping, you don't have to carry those bags. You can have your orders delivered straight to your home. Now, this is one question that new members asked me before the pandemic. So they would ask, can Atomy survive in the future? There's a lot of network marketing companies out there. They're very good at first, and then after some time, they close down. How about Atomy? Can Atomy survive in the future? Well, Atomy is even surviving the pandemic. It's not, actually, the term survive is not fit for Atomy because we're not really surviving. We are doing even great during this time, right? We are doing great during this time. So what happened with Atomy during this COVID scare? The Atomy sales increased. We feel that here also in the Philippines. Atomy sales increased during this time. We have a lot of inactive consumers. You know, their names have bells on them already. And then all of a sudden, they became active because they lost their jobs. And then they're scared already. They had to close down their businesses. They're looking for new means to earn. And then here is Atomy. So they became active again. We have more new recruits now, believe it or not. We have more new recruits. We have more new members. And this one too. Members and leaders from other network marketing companies are now joining our team. So I have a leader. They're a family, in fact. And they came from, it was quite difficult for me to persuade them to join Atomy, but they joined me over 1 year ago. And their partners, their leaders also in that network marketing, in their previous network marketing company, are now joining us. They're now joining us because they said in our company, their online shopping is not as good as this one. The supplies are not as good as Atomy's. So in Atomy, we're doing really good. So it's now our time. So you go back to those networkers that have declined you, have rejected you before. You go back. Maybe it's just a matter of them setting aside their pride. Then I think they will join you. They will join you again in Atomy. So Atomy has proven to be a pandemic-proof business. And all the businesses that we thought, all the while I said, when you are in a distribution business, you're safe. But not all distribution businesses are safe. We realized that during this pandemic. The big restaurants, well-known fast food chains, they were closed during the ECQ. Only those who have drive-thrus, only those who offered takeout counters were the ones who survived and who were open, right? So what more to say, right? We are very lucky. Now, is Atomy for everyone? Of course, yes. Atomy is for everybody. Now, there are bad biases on network marketing. In our country, in the Philippines, that's why when you say network marketing, they say, why are you doing network marketing? You're an accountant. You studied for 4 years and then you're doing network marketing? Really? You're doing sales? But you know why? Because they think that the people that join network marketing are those who could not land a job, those who are jobless, or those who don't have money to put up their own businesses, or they think that those who join network marketing are those who did not finish college. Yes, even if you did not finish college, you can still join Atomy, right? But they think that in network marketing, they're joining that because they didn't finish school. They can't land a job. Or maybe they don't have choices in life, right? It's like the last choice. I have no choice. I could not be hired. I don't have money to put up business. So I'm joining network marketing. That's their bad bias on network marketing. But you know what? But Atomy changed that all. That's why Atomy rewrites the history of network marketing. Why? Because professionals, degree holders, big business owners are now joining us here in Agony. Especially now, we have engineers in our downlines. Accountants also, my fellow accountants, maybe they got curious. I'm so active in Atomy, and then they say, really, can you give us? I have two batchmates who called me up. They were not in my prospects list, but they called me up when they see me posting more in Atomy, and they said, can we join you? Can we also try what you're doing? So yes, professionals are here. We have medical doctors. Doctors are supposed not to believe in health supplements, right? They do not believe in that, but they're here and they're very vocal in introducing our products. We even have a business owner who's a millionaire already in our city. She's into the distribution of cold cuts. But I asked her, why are you giving Atomy a chance? You're doing good in your own distribution. Then she answered, because of the passive income. She's 52 years old now, 53, I think. And she said, I wake up at 4 a.m. I go to our store at 4:30. And then all our distributors, small distributors, they come and get our products, and then they have food trucks. They deliver to other places outside our city, and that's her business. That's why she's really doing big. But she said, my son, I don't think my son can do this, what I'm doing now. And he's an engineer, and he doesn't like to do this business. So nobody will take over my business. So when nobody takes over my business, I think my business will eventually close down. She said, if I cannot find a manager who's trustworthy enough to run this business the way I run it, she said. But I saw in Atomy that I'll just build my consumers the way I build my consumers now in my traditional business, and then I'll be good. I can retire early, she said. So see, even business owners, their minds now are open by Atomy. Okay, so there we have here, okay, why is your success assured in Atomy? Are you still doubting that only those who went ahead, only those who joined Atomy the first time would succeed? No, even if you just joined now, if you're just thinking of signing up now, your success is still assured because we are in the e-commerce business, right? We are online. We offer daily necessity products. The products that the companies that were open during the quarantine are the companies that sell daily essentials, daily necessities. They are those that are open during the pandemic. But see, and we are offering the same. Now, there's this culture. It's a French word. It's noblesse oblige. This one I learned from Dr. Lee Sung-Yun from one of his videos. You can check it out from channel Atomy. What is noblesse oblige? In Atomy, there's this culture wherein they encourage sponsors. They oblige, quote unquote, sponsors to support their members in any way they can, to hold their members' hand until they are successful, to work closely with their members until their members make it big in Atomy. That's what I saw in Atomy that I have not seen in other network marketing companies. They're there, and then they teach us that culture, to teach our members that culture as well. So what could go wrong when you have this culture, right? The education system of Atomy is an added plus. You see all those videos, all the seminars that we have, we can, even though sometimes they all say the same thing, all these leaders they say the similar things, but when you keep on hearing them, right? You keep on hearing them, you keep on watching them, later on, even without any PPT by heart, you learn them by heart. and then you are also speaking the same way. I am not really a speaker, you know. They those who knew me, those who see me now, they would say, ah, maybe she's really like a talkative person. But really, no. I'm more of a behind the scenes kind of girl. So I like working behind the scenes more. If I'm given the chance to just whether to speak on stage or be behind the scenes, I'll be behind the scenes, you know. I grew up that way. I'm really very, very shy. But in Atomy, because of the knowledge, because of the education system that we have, I'm more confident to speak about our company because of that amount of information that I've learned through the years. 3 years of joining seminars without miss, 3 years of attending morning meetings, of attending success academies, one-day seminars, center seminars. Of course, you have learned them all already by heart. Now, speaking of heart, why your success in Atomy, our success in Atomy is assured? Because we belong to a company with a big heart. Do you agree? In other companies, you know what they highlight when you attend their seminars? They highlight the top leaders. They show their homes. They show their beautiful and expensive cars. They show they dress up with very expensive belts. You already see those brands, right? They dress up nicely, really. And then you see them showing off the money, their income, even on Facebook. That's what they highlight. But in Atomy, it's different. You know what's highlighted in our seminars? When Atomy gives back to society, they show where our CEO goes, the companies, the institutions they help. Atomy focuses on helping the needy, and even as leaders, they encourage us to donate, to help. That's what they do in Atomy. So we are very lucky to have this company who has a very, very big heart. Now, Agony continues to change lives. This one is an updated data from Korea this July 2020. Leaders Club members, right? We want to belong to that club. We have now 434 Leaders Club members. And then we have 229 Royal Leaders Club members. And then we have 46 Crown Leaders Club members. And we have 6 Imperial Masters. So how many are this? It's close to 700, 800 lives. And these are Leaders Club members, okay? Let me reiterate on that. How about those below those? Not yet Leaders Club members, but are earning quite a big amount of money already. So we have thousands, hundreds of thousands of lives that are changed in Atomy. And Atomy continues to do that. Look at them. They have beautiful pictures. We have 6 Imperial Masters now. They have ordinary backgrounds, right? We have a single mother. We have a frustrated networker for 17 years. Like we have a driver. We have different stories. These 6 people once lived ordinary lives, but now are living extraordinary lives because of Atomy. And we will be part of those. We will be one of those. Look at them. How good they look, right? Okay, now if you have an Atomy code, you have an Atomy code, what do you do with your Atomy code? You just purchase online? Do you just use it to purchase online? You know what your Atomy code has? It has the ability, it gives you this, okay? You can share in the 35% of a big global business income. Your Atomy code can do that for you. Your Atomy code can be passed on to 3 generations, as I've said earlier. Now, if you have your Atomy code is earning a stable income already, you can help more. Not only your family, not only your friends, not only your relatives or the people who come to you for help, you can help charitable institutions. Institutions that have no relationship with you, you can help them. And you can help your government because of bigger taxes, right? I heard our Imperial Masters are contributing big taxes in Korea. So they're helping their government. And when you have an Atomy code, you have a balance. You're on your road to a balanced and more meaningful life, more meaningful existence, right? So that's what we aim for, a meaningful existence. We do not just work hard for our own families, for ourselves, but we are, our hard work in Atomy would benefit the people above us, our sponsors, right? They deserve that because they're the ones who called us here. They're the ones who are pulling us. And then our hard work also benefits our business partners. So your work in Atomy would not go in vain. Why? Because it benefits a lot of families, a lot of people. It gives, you are able now as an Atomian to give hope to people. So let me share to you my journey. So I was 6 months old in Atomy when I became a sales master. And then after a year, I became diamond. After 6 months again, I became Sharon-Rose master. So that was 1 year ago. Here's my Atomy journey in the Philippines. This is before the pandemic, okay? Because we're not allowed to go to gatherings now. So before the pandemic, this is where we go. We go to every event as much as many as we can. We go to PTA meetings. After they have their meetings, we present. We go to government institutions. There's a part department where we went to. I don't know if you can see, very small picture. So we go to a lot of events. That's why we keep sharing. Now, how do we do that now? Because we are working at home. We are prohibited to do these seminars, these gatherings in person, right? We can do that like this one, like Zoom meetings. We can do that now. As long as we keep opening our mouths, we keep sharing, then there are more consumers that we build under us. Okay. Atomy has let me experience a lot of firsts. A lot of firsts. One particular memorable experience is when I joined in the documentary of our Star Master, Yun Mason, our sponsor, our dear sponsor, Ma'am Claire. And it was an experience that you'd never think that it would truly happen to me also. No, so yes, Atomy is a career on its own. It's an enjoyable career, so we have to really enjoy it. Okay, travels. So if you see the left picture below, I hope you guys can zoom it later, right? We were privileged. This was in 2018 in a workshop in Diamond Workshop in Taiwan, and we were Philippine leaders were privileged to sit down with Singapore leaders. So there we were all wearing white. Okay, so a lot of traveling in Atomy, but now, yeah. So I hope I get to travel to your country when the pandemic is over. So we'll do that eventually, right? So we're not stuck in Zoom meetings forever, okay? So there. So now in Atomy, how they do it? You don't do it alone. Okay, you don't do it alone. Oh, I'm not a salesperson. Oh, I'm very shy. Oh, I don't know anybody. How can I be promoted to mastership? You do it as a team. You plan as a team. So you work together as a team, and then you make it happen as a team. Okay, so there you have to grow into a big tree. How do you grow into a big tree? You keep on challenging. Don't be scared to challenge. Just be scared of COVID, but don't be as scared to challenge in Atomy. Because when you grow into a big tree, you grow, you have bigger shade. More people will benefit. You provide shade to more people. You're more fruitful when you're a bigger tree, right? So you help more people. And then your leaders will grow also when you challenge because they see you, they emulate you, they copy you. So when they see you're not scared, they will also be not scared. So it's a team effort. Now, before I end, we see this banner. I miss seeing this in person in our one-day seminars, in our success academies. We all see this. Atomy rewrites the history of network marketing. But it does not only rewrite that, it also rewrites our lives. So, ladies and gentlemen, we Atomians are really very lucky to know Atomy, especially during this pandemic. While it is sad to know that a lot of people, our loved ones even, have lost their jobs and are in danger of losing their jobs. They're closing their doors. Well-known brands are declaring bankruptcy, right? And it's sad to know that. Now they are marching towards the unknown. But how about us Atomians? During this time, these dark times, we are heading towards a bright future. Atomy has proven that. Where would you see a company that during a pandemic would open a new branch in China? By the way, that's on Friday, July 10th. Where would you see a company? No company opens a new branch during this pandemic. Only Atomy does that. So don't let this opportunity just pass you by, okay? Let Atomy change your life. Atomy is wide open. The arms of Atomy is wide open. All you have to do is just reach out and grab and just follow the system. Okay, work with your sponsors and partners and make it happen. In Atomy, giving up is never an option. Let's all keep going, my fellow Atomians. Let's all keep going until we receive that bonus delivered by our CEO on a forklift. Okay, so dream big, work hard, and make it happen. That's all for today. Thank you all for listening.